And in your problem, it will be asked to you, suppose find out the positive root or negative root, simply that term. In here, I have included two words. For the positive root, I used here the smallest positive root, and for the negative root, I am asking you to write or solve largest negative root. Why this is? That is, if you will search the point from origin to right hand side, that will be the nearby origin, that will be in positive side the smallest. And if you will search the point from origin to left hand side, and that is from the negative side, it will be the largest, and that is why the largest negative. And uh, in this method, initial solution consideration is very important actually. Suppose a cubic equation. I have given you here a cubic equation, isn't it? And cubic equation means it will have three root. Cubic equation means it will have three root,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it?
Yes, sir.
So as for example,
Yes.
just for time being, you just try to understand. I am writing a graph. Simply, I am writing a graph looks like this type of graph. Okay, and that is a cubic equation. That is y equals to fx and fx equals to 0 means cubic equation. In that equation, it will have three roots. One is here, another is here, and another is here. And in Newton-Raphson method, suppose you are going to solve. So suppose initial solution, whatever you will consider, initial solution, suppose x0 is your initial solution. Okay. That x0 is suppose lying here. Then after doing some iteration, you will get this root. And if you will consider your x0 here, after doing some iteration, you will get this root. If you will consider x0 is here, after doing some iteration, you will get this root. So to consider the largest negative root, tell me where you will consider the x0 initial solution.
So the middle one.
So the origin.
Middle one, this one. Okay, so you should not consider this one or should not consider this one, because if you will consider this one, you will get another negative root, but that is not largest. This is the largest negative root. If you will consider here the initial solution, you will get a positive solution. You will not get the largest negative. So for that purpose, I told you in bisection method, you just try searching your 2 points. In between that 2 points, graph is changing sign. And after getting that 2 points, in between any points or boundary point also you may consider, that will be in our consideration nearby the root. Any point within that interval you may consider initial solution. So try searching your points. That is, you can do with the help of program or manually also. If you will do manually, can you able to say for this example, what will be the initial solution? Before that, tell me the interval in where the root is lying. Suppose largest negative root. So what you are doing? Try to do this manually. You just tell me f0 is positive or negative, f1 is positive or negative, f2 is positive or negative. In that way, you just pick up any 2 points. In between that 2 points, graph is changing sign for that particular example.
Sir, can you please show the function?
Function is x cube minus x square plus 100. Logic is you will search the point from origin to left hand side, isn't it? So initially you just consider for your program, I told you, initially you just consider suppose x0 equals to 0. And you just in bisection method, what I told you, f0 functional value you are calculating at f of x0. Then I told you
-5.
-5 and
Sir, at -5 it is negative, and at -4 it is positive.
okay. So graph is looks like -4 positive means looks like this. Okay. Okay. Anyhow, at -4 it is positive. Suppose that is -4 and that
Yes,
is
sir.
-5. That is -5. Okay. -4 positive means above of x-axis, -5 negative means. So you are thinking, you just consider suppose x0 initial solution you may consider -4 or -5, no problem. Any point, there is no any instruction in book also, and there is no any restriction which value you will consider. That two value will be the nearby value. So whatever these two value will consider, after doing some iteration, you will approach towards this solution. You will come from this side if you will consider from -5. If you will consider -4, you will come from this side. Okay. After doing some iteration. And that is with the help of program also you may select that 2 points. In bisection method you have done this, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Same process.
Okay. So suppose after that I told you calculate or calculate, then you will calculate x1 equals to x0 -1. You are searching the points from origin to left hand side. Then you will calculate f1 at x1 functional value at x1. What is the value you will get? That is f1. Okay. After getting f1, you will check the sign of both f of 0 and f1 are same sign or not. If they are same sign, means graph is lying same side of the x-axis, you will change the points. Pointers will be moved. Suppose x0 will be -1 and x1 will be -2. So x0 will be -1 means x1, and again you will calculate f0 at functional updated points, functional value, and go to calculate. Go to in this loop, in go to loop, in this loop, it will give you 2 points, x0 and x1. In between that 2 points, graph is changing sign, and that 2 points are origin to left hand side. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, among them any 2 points. Suppose x0 you just consider in Newton-Raphson method, it is the iteration method. Step by step solutions are updated in every iterations, and that values are you are storing suppose in array. So initial value you just store in a array, suppose x0. You are considering that is the x0. Among them any two you may consider initial solution. Okay. Then your logic is that formula calculation within a loop. Suppose you are doing lot of iteration. Suppose for loop, suppose I equals to 0, I less than, you are doing lots of iteration suppose, but you are thinking rate of convergence in Newton-Raphson method is high. So practically after doing 7, 8 or 10 iteration, I am thinking and I am confident also you will get the result. So you just put here lots of iteration. Suppose you just put here 500 iteration. No need to do 500. You just put within the loop some conditions such that it will break the loop and you just come out from the loop and print the result. Okay, but you just put here maximum iteration. And suppose I plus plus, every iteration will be increased. Okay. Just then tell me the formula. Then tell me the formula of Newton-Raphson method.
Sir, x1 equals to
X1 equals to x0.
x0 minus f of x
That x
divided by
I,
f dash of x.
okay, that is I0 means x1, isn't it? I0 means x1
Yes, sir.
equals to x of I minus f of x of I by, you just create or do manually the derivative function. Whatever the function is given to you, fx equals to 0, by watching this function, you just calculate the derivative of this also. Suppose f dot x, you just rename this function by gx. Can you able to do this? And that two function define in header separately. So gx is the derivative function. Fx f0 by f dot 0, isn't it? So g of xi. Gx function is the derivative function. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In this process, it will do lots of, and what you have to do after defining all the headers, suppose you will define the derivative function. Define fx. Fx derivative function is given to you. Suppose this function is the fx. So what you will define here? X. Suppose x. How you will define x cube? Power x comma 3 minus x square means x star x plus 100. And you just define another function, that is gx is the derivative of the given function. Gx you just define by, what is the derivative of this? 3x square. 3 star x minus 2x, 2 star x. And before that include all the library functions. After that main program you just start. Okay, and whatever the things is necessary within the program, all the things you just define in terms of integer and float. Okay. And it will calculate actually right hand side, it will take up to I value up to 499, and left hand side it will build x up to 500. But I don't need that much iteration. Within this loop, you just give a condition. If suppose I need 5 decimal place result, so in 2 consecutive iteration, this is I plus 1th iterated value minus ith iterated value. Both iteration in 5 decimal place match. Means its absolute value, if you will check, you just give here the command absolute. in C compiler, absolute command is FABS. So if FABS less than 10 to the power minus 5, or that is 10 to the power minus 5, you may write power 10 comma minus 5. Okay, that is, you just write 10 power 10 comma minus 5. If this condition is satisfied, means in 2 consecutive iteration up to 5 decimal match. Suppose after doing 10 iteration it is matched. No need to do the again step by step iterations. You just break this loop here. Go to out here. And your for loop is finished. And you just add the out. You just print solution. Solution 5 decimal units, so you just do here 0.5% of F. And what is the last, before this condition, last iterated value xi plus 1. And to hold that output within the screen, you just include a inbuilt function getCH, and you just close that main program. That is your program for the Newton-Raphson method. Can you able to do this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. After main program, what are the things is necessary? Nicely, you just include int and float. Suppose, and you just define maximum dimension of X array. Suppose you just define in float X. Suppose you can able to store 200 times. Maybe within this program it will. Suppose you just define this is 1000 times. Okay, 1000 times you can able to store the values X. Maybe within the program you are using up to 500 times. You just put here maximum dimension. Okay, then suppose int for the loop you are using I you just define for this x0, for x1, then f0, f1, and any other. I don't think so many things. Which are the things is necessary? You just define that after the main program. You just start. So in float, these are the things. Int, these are the things. With the help of program, you just pick up 2 points where the graph is changing sign. Among them, any one is your initial solution. Using that recurrence relation of the Newton-Raphson method calculation. But it will do lots of iteration. That condition up to 5 decimal in 2 consecutive match. Go to out, print the result. Okay. And before the main function, you just define two for the function this and its derivative this. And before that, all the library function. All the library, stdio, conio, math.h, everything you just include, and you just try to write the program. And program as well as the output structure, you just make a file for that, and that file you should upload. I am agile. This is your question. You just try to implement this. I am trying to assign this in your assignment section. Okay. Can you able to do this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, try to do this. And okay,
Can you please share this PDF?
I am just trying to assign this file. Okay, this file I am assigning for you. It will be visible to you. Okay, and corresponding to that file you will return in that place. Okay. After getting the question, you can just a bit. No assignment. Try to implement. Actually, Newton-Raphson method is applicable for the system of nonlinear equation also. That is, I told you, very important. That is, you don't know now, and that is not in your syllabus. If you will be interested in later, I will tell you the process. Okay. For the time being, you just do for the single equation. That is, what is the time now? 4 p.m. 5:30 p.m. That is. How much time you need?
So 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Okay. That is, I think, very. Today is 24th. Okay, no problem. Actually, it will be visible to you. For the timing, you just see this question. You just see this question and try to implement. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Actual question will be visible to you in your MS Team at 4 p.m. Okay. But before that, you just try to see this and try to implement this. Okay. Almost the program, that process I told you, a simple iteration equation is calculation. And before that, in theory classes, every process I told you how this Newton-Raphson method is coming, how it works, everything you know, I think. Still, in understanding any problem or any doubt you do have, you may ask. Otherwise, you just, this is the question is visible to you, then you just start your work. After 2 minutes later, means at 4 p.m., question will be visible to you. बोलो. Once your program will be ready, then that program will be works like a calculator. Okay, any example beside this example, if any other example I will provide you, for that example also you may just compile that program and you can able to say the answer, isn't it? So for a particular problem you are writing the program means that is ready. Any other example is given to you, simply in that line, in example line, at the header you will change and you just compile, you will say the answer for that particular example.
We received the assignment, sir.
Okay, same what is I told you, I discuss along with you, only that slides that is the problem. Okay, which things I told you, that is I uploaded there. Okay, is it visible there also?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Is it visible?
Just try to implement and try to upload at
Sure,
5.
sure.
Okay, at 5 p.m. or okay, I will meet you. Okay, before that you may leave the meeting, but obviously you should return the file. It will be your potential attendance for this lab class. Okay.
Okay, sir. We will join at 5 p.m.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
So you can leave, or I am also ending the meeting. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.